Welcome to the first edition of Evolution for the Creationist. In this series of videos, it is my intention to show why Christians should reject the literal interpretation of the Bible with regards to creation, and by trying to show how the original authors of the Bible, or God, might have simplified it for the common people consumption. This is not an attempt at mockery or subversion. It is simply an attempt to show Christians why science can be an ally for your beliefs rather than something that is antagonistic with it. What is a better place to start than at the start? And that is where this video shall begin. Although I must stress that the theory of evolution, as written by Darwin, says absolutely nothing on the origin of life or the origin of the universe. These are other scientific theories, and I intend to take artistic license with them, especially considering that evolutionists have had to endure creationists saying things like, the evolutionary worldview says something outside of the evolutionary theory and it says this. Well, first on to interpretation. Just imagine a conversation between a man and God a couple of thousand years ago, and see what the consequences might be. This is how it might go.
Oi, human, hearken to me. Now, I want you to do me a favour, and take what I'm about to tell you, and to tell others about it.
Oh Lord! Okay.
I think we shall start at the very beginning. Well, in the beginning I created a universe by forming a space-time sublayer of the 667th dimension, using processes which can be elucidated, although approximately, by the following equation. Come on, take this down. Well, in the beginning, I created a singularity with 150,000 million, well, let's just say a lot of energy. Those poor sucker scientists of the future are going to love anti-energy. I put this energy into a machine, balanced all the forces, and then triggered a quantum fluctuation. Well, the universe came into being, and after 9 billion years, the sun was made. And at the 12 billion year mark, I formed life on that planet. And from that, 15 billion years after creating the universe, I created humans. Great, isn't it?
But Mr. God, sir, no one will believe that they came from nothing.
I did not say that, did I? I said the universe came from energy.
What's energy?
It's what light comes from the sun. It's the warmth you feel on the skin. It's the power that draws your spears to the ground. It's the lightning from the clouds. You know, stuff like that.
So this universe thing came from the sun?
No! The sun came from the hydrogen, coalescing over a number of millions of years under gravity to become a star, which came after the universe was created.
Sorry, Lord. This is too difficult for me to understand. Can you put it in a way that I can understand, please?
Okay. Yeah, you still think that the sun falls into the sea, don't you? Okay. Well, yeah, too much to ask, isn't it? Okay, write this down instead. I suppose you can find out for yourselves in the future what I was talking about before long anyway. In the beginning I made the heavens and the earth.
Clearly, this is a fanciful satire of a conversation between God and this man, but not really that far off the mark. 2,000 and more years ago, things that we take for granted today, like the earth being round, the sun not actually falling into the sea at dark, like two giants not fighting in the clouds when there are storms and the like. God could not really put exactly how he created the universe and the planet in scientific terms that we can use today. Even if he did, the people simply would remove it from the Bible because it simply would be like an alien language to them. Even though it's the word of God, if they can't understand it, then they won't put it in. Obviously, in a 10-minute video, there is not much that can be done. So this video is an introduction to the contents of the series, and some of these chapters in themselves are likely to span more than one video. The plan is Chapter 1, the Scientific Principles, and discussions on the many practices and principles used in evolution and archaeological and geological sciences today. Chapter 2, Origin of Life, discussions on the scientific theories on the spark of life. Remember, this is not evolutionary theory, but I am putting this in for completeness. Chapter 3, Natural Selection and Speciation, essentially showing you how it works. Chapter 4, Mutation, discussions on the many processes on the planet that can cause mutation. Chapter 5, Humans, discussions on how we are unlikely to be created directly from dust, and how God is more likely to have used bacteria or an existing animal for a template in order to build humans with. Chapter 6, Creationist Fallacies. I will discuss some of them. Chapter 7, God and Science, a discussion on how God and science might coexist together. And Chapter 8, Loose Ends, answering any questions or issues that might arise during the series. Finally, if at any time you wish for me to discuss or explain certain things in the videos with more detail, please feel free to contact me via private messenger on YouTube or through instant messenger, the details of which are found on my channel page.